Just picked up my new travel yoga mat from Saturday Morning Q. The sun's starting to go down and I'm ready to just have a quiet moment to myself. Ow. Ugh. All right, this is not working. This is not working. You know, right? You try to go outside just to have a moment to yourself. That rocking chair on the deck, glass of wine. Hey, honey, let's fire up the grill. Awesome. Oh, gosh, you see all these gnats? It's like you don't even see them until they're at a cloud right in front of your face. Do you live down south where I lived for many, many years? You used to hear the trucks go by with all of the pesticides, right, to clear all the bugs out. There's a better way. There's a way to take your backyard back. There's a way to take your spring and summer back. But I can tell you this, it does not involve pesticides. It doesn't involve, you know those blue lights that go bzzz, bzzz, and every time you hear one of them pop, it reminds you that there's bugs around in the first place? There is an innovation called DynaTrap that we've been proud to offer here at QVC for long enough to have 1.6 million orders already happen here at the Q. And we've actually had several today's special values from DynaTrap in the past. But this year, we're just doing one because we have so many great TSVs to pack into 365 days. So we did the best value we could do in the only order of the year in your choice of coverage. So if you've got a smaller yard, quarter acre's gonna literally got you covered. The half acre and the 1 acre. We've taken phone calls since midnight of folks who have up to 10 of these to cover large properties and never have to worry about mosquitoes, wasps, moths, beetles, flies, stink bugs, you know, the night ruiners, the ones that ruin all the fun. Look at your retail value. Even for the quarter acre, and I think a lot of us would go, for 99 bucks to have an entire summer in my yard, I'm in. But no, let's do it for $59.96. You want that half acre? Well, it's not $155, it's $99.96. And if you're going with the full 1 acre, what should be $219 is instead $159 until the end of the day. So I'm going to take you through the color choices. We'll talk about the technology. Oh, you don't need any cartridges or packs or creams or oils or sprays. It's using what you're doing right now, breathing. It uses carbon dioxide. It uses light technology that the bugs are attracted to. And then it uses the fan to pull them in so that they don't snag onto you. Oh, hey, call us too. If you're one of the 1.6 million who have already ordered DynaTraps in the past, we want to share your story. We want to hear about how you're enjoying your spring and summer worry-free. All right, let's do those color choices because while it has a very functional purpose, it's actually really attractive too. You're going to love having it out in the yard. There it is in the copper. We've got new color choices for you this year too, an exclusive copper. That's one of the more limited options. My opinion, that's the prettiest. We have it in the green, exclusive, more limited as well. Next to that, this is called navy. I want to call it more of like a peacock blue, if that helps you at all, that's exclusive. On the end there, classic, exclusive, bronze. And then up top, we have it in that deep, deep dark metal, almost a gunmetal, and it's called tungsten, which is very popular right now. F22864, if you tuned in today, you caught us on the one day that we're saying no to all of the bugs that are primed and ready to attack us starting next week, pretty much, because it's going to be nice and mild up here. Let's bring in Sean Pickford. We call him Mr. DIY here at the Q. We have problems. He's here to fix them. Good to see you, my friend.
Great to see you.
Oh, I couldn't be in the better mood because I know I looked at the weather and it's going to be warm.
Yes,
and we get
finally
all excited and then I go, rats, we can't get any rest because, well, we're still working on the allergy thing, okay? Allergies and bugs. Those are the two things that as soon as the warm weather comes in and my mood lifts, they come in to try to beat me down.
Yeah, just the other day here it was 80 degrees, so I went outside. I'm like, oh, I love this weather. Oh, I hate these bugs.
Right?
So what did I do? I went into the garage, got out my DynaTraps right away, plugged them in. Now I'm ready to go. I'm catching bugs as I'm standing here talking to you.
Yes, and the bugs that you see, the bugs that you don't see, right? Now let's talk about how it's well, first of all, let's talk about some of those bugs. This is the creepy part, right? But it's also gratifying because I don't have to deal with these anymore.
Yeah, so we did a third-party independent test study where we attract and capture mosquitoes, flies, wasps, hornets, stink bugs, and moths. So these 6 pests are nasty, the mosquito #1 worldwide, but also things like biting midges and no-see-ums.
Oh,
you can't see them because they're so small, but they really do bite.
Skin, yeah.
Right, flies. All right, we said that. The Japanese beetles, now you don't need a separate trap. The gnats, the blowflies, the drain flies, and the muskie that you're seeing here. So 13 different flying species that could force you back into your home when you spent thousands of dollars to be outside.
Precisely. We just came out of garden season, wrapping that up, right? You're outside gardening. We're already talking about, can't wait to get the grill out, right? And grill up some fish and all those exciting, the kids playing in the backyard. There's few worse feelings as a parent than when your kids come in from outside and they have all the mosquito bites and you're like, oh no, honey, right? And you go to get the creams to put it on because usually by the time you notice, it's too late. But we're getting ahead of this problem and kind of like breaking that nonstop vicious cycle of trying to spray them, trying to, you zap them. But the thing is, when you attract and pull them in, eventually you're going to find there's fewer and fewer of them.
Yeah, that's the whole idea, especially with the female mosquito, because that one mosquito can lay up to 200 eggs at a time.
Ew.
She can do that 3 times in a 30-day period. So one mosquito could be 600 more mosquitoes. And yes, this attracts them to the trap. We made it beautiful. You almost want to put it on your table or patio, but we want you to put it a little bit away from where you are. That way the bugs are flying to the DynaTrap and not you. Here's some other cool studies that we did. You see that we decided to test it at the University of Nebraska in 6-day period on the 1-acre trap. 2,942 flying insects. On the half-acre,
I have a question. Who had to count those?
Yeah, we actually did. We had to count everyone so we knew how many were in each trap. The half-acre, 2,543. Then we said, all right, we hear Florida has a lot of bugs. Let's send our newest and smallest one there, and it caught the most amount of bugs. Look at that, 3,101.
3,000 fewer bugs to ruin your night. And I would love to go back in the next 7 days and see how many there were, because I bet you there's fewer and fewer and fewer and fewer, right? This is, by the way, why we are giving you a 90-day return policy, so that you have the opportunity to truly experience this and see if it works in your home. So I'd love to take you through those color choices again. And we'll also talk about sizing, like who's for whom. I mean, obviously it's an acreage coverage, but you might have questions about like, well, do I need 2 of one of the other? Here it is in copper. We have it in green. I think that's if you want it to kind of like melt in.
Yeah, if you want it to blend, that's perfect.
The navy is like a deep peacock. We have it in bronze. And then up top, very popular, it's the tungsten. It actually looks, with all of the cutouts and everything, you've made it a lot more attractive over the years, which I appreciate. Who is the 1/4 acre, the half acre, and the full? Like, it's almost a dumb question, because like, well, yeah, if you want an acre's coverage, but what if I have a front yard and a backyard situation?
Great question, because your house is usually in the middle and it acts as a barrier or wall, so your DynaTrap's not going to work through the house. So if you want attraction and capture in the front yard and backyard, you need 2 units. So in my case, I have an acre of property, the house sits in the middle. I have full 1 acre out back, because that's where we spend most of our time. I have a half acre out front. And I have a 1/4 acre in my garage, because we leave the garage door open a lot, and those pests like to hide away from the sun just like we do a lot of times. I don't want them getting in my house. You can also use the 1/4 acre in your house, and it's great for an RV if you travel, because it's small and compact.
RV!
Yes.
Oh, why didn't I think of that? Guys, if you have an RV, please, please, pretty please, grab the 1/4 acre, bring it with you everywhere you go. I definitely want to talk about, like, not just how this is going to make you feel when you're at home, but how it's working. We have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 of these plugged in on this table, and I don't hear a thing, but they're working.
I hear the fountain more than I hear the DynaTraps.
Well, that I want to hear.
Right. So, I mean, but this is our new technology, that UV LED light. It attracts insects day and night. That's why we ask you to leave it plugged in 24/7. There's a titanium dioxide coating in here that's warmed by the light. Creates the carbon dioxide, the same thing you and I breathe. That is the DynaTrap difference. There's a quiet fan inside that pulls the insects down to the trap where they expire. Now, this next part's really cool. This is new to us. One-touch, easy emptying system. So now you don't have to touch the bugs, you don't have to unscrew anything. You hit that button, you put them in the trash can, they're done. Goodbye, good riddance.
You don't have to touch them, you don't have to hear them, you don't have to spray them. Oh, look at this. That's literally like slow motion video watching it. Because basically they think it's a human.
Right. That's why we did the light, the warmth, and the carbon dioxide, but when they get close enough, they have horrible eyesight. Now, a mosquito can smell our breath up to 300 feet away. That's a full football field's length. So people say, they know when I go outside. Yes, they do.
Yes, they do, and they're waiting.
Right.
Also, I know there's a whole science behind. Some of you feel like you have sweeter blood that you attract. My daughter gets all the mosquito bites, and I might have like 1 or 2. And she's like, what the heck? I'm like, there's something in your body chemistry. It's actually true, right? So this is when you definitely want to pick yours up. You plug it in. You can use an extension cord if you want it. How far away from the house do I put it?
So you want to put it away about 20 to 30 feet away from where you're spending your time.
Okay.
It can be on the side of the house, but as long as it's not on your picnic table. Now, if you have a smaller deck, put it on the other side of the deck if that's the only
Right,
place
because
you
you
can
don't want
have
to
it.
be where the bugs
Right,
are
that's
being
it.
attracted. All right, so, well, before we walk over, can I just show the colors again real quick? Just because if you want to make this decision, you want to get ahead of the game, you know, you put it out there, you turn it on. It takes a few days before you start to collect, but I tell you, the first time you empty that out, you're going to be so, I call it gross but gratified. Because, and then, oh, thank God they're in there. And
Right.
not floating around the air and not on me, right? So here it is in the copper. Wow, really already? Okay, in the quarter acre, we have 1,700 left. Half acre, 1,300. Full acre, 1,300. We are starting to count some down at 11 a.m. Green, 2,000 quarter acre, 1,300 half acre, 900 in the full. There's your navy.
Yeah, the navy's a beautiful color.
Isn't that so pretty? I like
yeah,
that one.
if you have a beach house or something like that, you want to have that beachy
See, because
mode.
it looks like a lamp. It looks like a lantern.
Yes.
And we can hang it from a shepherd's hook, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay, all right, we're going to show you that actually. All right, here it is in the bronze. And then up at the top, we have it in tungsten. That's like a deep platinum. Sean, what is that container?
That's a container full of bugs that we caught here in Westchester 2 years ago. It's
so
2 weeks worth of bugs here in
out.
Westchester. So, yeah, but think of it this way, Jennifer. They didn't land on you, they didn't
Right.
land on your daughter, or if you have pets, they weren't on your pets. They're
Yeah.
in the DynaTrap where they should be.
That's a lot of bugs too, because they're all like dried out.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's head over to the garage so I don't have to think about that anymore. Let's head over this way. And I actually want to chat with Brenda. Brenda's calling us from North Carolina. Brenda, welcome in to QVC. I'm live with Sean Pickford. We got him hanging out here
Shepherd's
looking great.
hook.
How are you?
I'm great.
Do you
I'm
already
gonna
have the
order
DynaTrap?
another one because I had the quarter acre one, and it really did the job.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So you're upgrading now.
I'm upgrading. I do have one quick
Sure.
question, though.
Yeah.
And you were right. It is scary when you go to empty it, because mine was the kind that you had to screw off from the
Right.
bottom and
Yep.
then take the thing. This one, you can just push the button and
That's
the
it.
bugs will fall down.
Yeah.
So that's going to be great.
Yeah, there's
But
a
my
little
question
trap
is,
door. Sure.
can you buy replacement bulbs?
Yes, we do have replacement bulbs on QVC.com. So if you look there, just find your size and it'll correspond to the LED bulb that you need.
Well, how long does the bulb last, though?
Well, if you're getting it today, this lasts for 27 continuous months. So that's 2.25 years. So for those of us on the East Coast where we use it 5-6 months of the year, you get almost 4 full seasons before you'd have to think
Jeez.
about replacing the bulb on that one.
Let's head this
Yeah,
way.
because I think mine was one of the first ones that was offered on QVC because, like I said, it had that screw-off bottom.
Right, right. Yeah, so if you have one of our original ones, that bulb won't work with this one, but if you have the new LED technology ones that we have, yes, we do have the replacement bulbs for that one.
Okay, well, that's what I needed to know.
Great
Perfect.
questions. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you're one of the happy customers doing an upgrade and you picked the one day of the year we're going to bring you that value. So lucky you. Enjoy
I
the
know, and
season.
it's pouring rain here in North Carolina.
Oh, well, you know what
today,
that
so.
means.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes are coming.
Yep.
And you're ready. All right, thank you so much, Brenda.
Thank you.
Happy
Thank
spring
you.
to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I noticed in this garage, like our little faux garage, there's lights everywhere. Well, I know you have big lights overhead in your garage too, and do you ever look up and you
yeah.
see the swarm around the light because they're attracted to that? They are more attracted to this.
They're more attracted to this because of the light temperature, because of the warmth, and the carbon dioxide that it gives off. They really think it's a human being, and they're going to bite us because they need a protein from our blood to keep making more bugs. Unfortunately, that's the way it works. So they're more attracted to the DynaTrap. You and I can enjoy having our garage without bugs in it. So
This is what I'm talking about. Grilling
Yeah.
season, right? And if you're there and the only
Yeah.
person who doesn't have bugs around them is because you're directly next to the smoke, that's no bueno, right? Because everybody else who's hanging
That's
out
it.
is getting the brunt of all of the bugs.
yeah,
And look how pretty it looks. So you can set it out on a tabletop, on a counter.
you
You
put
can
on the
hang it from a
shepherd's-
shepherd's hook. You guys have one, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have it on the shepherd's hook. I think this is one that's available, all right, through QVC.com if you look there as well. You can also, there's a little bracket that we have too. So if you want to hang it on a post or a pillar or a fence, whatever, there's also a bracket piece that you can pick up. So this extends out so you can hang it there. You can hang any of the 3 sizes. I have a full acre on one of these brackets at a little house I have at the beach.
Nice.
So it's awesome.
We took a phone call at midnight. It was with Sean and Sean Killinger. And she said that her, large acreage was the one area in the neighborhood that everybody would avoid because it was like bug central.
Right.
And I totally get that. But like now, depending on where you're placing it, it's like anti-bug. It's the refuge from the bugs.
Well, yeah, people want to come to your house because you don't have bugs. And that's the great thing about it. So you hang it on the shepherd's hook, you can put it on the wall or ledge. You should put it 2 to 6 feet off the ground. That's what we call the fly zone. That's